First, the deep joy. Look at all of the words he uses to talk about what this walk with God means to him. Look at verse 3. As for the saints who are in the earth, they are the majestic ones in whom is all my delight. I have delight in them. Look at verse 5. We mentioned it already. The Lord is the portion of my inheritance. I'm satisfied in God. Verse 6, the lines have fallen to me in pleasant places. My heritage is beautiful. These are fantastic words. And they're fantastic because they're describing his real experience. Verse 8, because he's at my right hand, I will not be shaken. And therefore, in verse 9, my heart is glad and my glory rejoices. How else can he say it? There's a deep joy in him. And it's not a joy that is oblivious to or pretends like the problems aren't there. It's a joy in the midst of the problems. And then he gets to verse 11, which many people have memorized this verse. He said, you will make known to me the path of life. In your presence is fullness of joy. And in your right hand there are pleasures forever. He makes a seamless transition there between his present life and, because he knows he's been made right with God, his future life, life after death, forever. The joy begins now and carries through and is consummated later after death. There's this deep, profound joy in the midst of real life. And this is what God offers to you. Psalm 16 is what God offers to you. And I want to say that if your impression of Christianity is something contrary to the picture that Psalm 16 is painting, then it's my great privilege to inform you that your impression is wrong. I'm glad to tell you that. People have all kinds of impressions about what Christianity is, but if your picture of it is not what Psalm 16's picture is painting, about this profound joy in the midst of real life, then what you think Christianity is, that's not the right picture. Some people think Christianity is just a bunch of rules. Just keep following the right rules and you'll be a Christian. Man, that's not Psalm 16. I'm not sure I saw any rules in there at all. But sometimes people have the wrong impression about what Christianity is because of Christians. There's some folks, I don't know if you ever met anybody like this. I call them sour-faced Bible experts. Have you ever met them? We're laughing, but it's really sad. Look at her. She can quote Bible verses up one side and down the other. But there's nobody likes to be around her. Sour. And look at this guy, boy. He's read his theology. He's got his Bible down. He can argue any point that you want to bring up from the Bible. He can argue it with you. And I don't know when the last time was that he smiled. I think it was in 1954 once. I think he smiled. You've seen people like that. Is that what Christianity is? Just get your facts and your doctrine right, but somehow it never actually transforms the inside of you until Psalm 16 starts to take some reality in your life? That's not real Christianity. The Bible does tell us to be sober. It uses the word sober or sober-minded. And we have to be sober. That means we have to be realistic about the life in which we live, the world in which we live. We have to be realistic about the enemy of our souls and all that he's doing, the dangers that there are in this life for us spiritually and physically. We have to be sober-minded. But sober and somber are two different words. Amen? David was sober-minded, but he was not somber. You will make known to me the path of life. In your presence is fullness of joy. In your right hand there are pleasures forever. He said it with a smile on his face.
You can watch the entire message at cedarcrestbfc.org or watch more clips at alivetogod.com.